I think they're going to respond with a vengeance here. I'm going to go Tigers on the run line. Again, prime run line spot here. Team on the road with the superior pitcher and the superior offense. Did not look that way tonight, but when Tarek Skubal takes the mound for Detroit, they have a different edge to them. 4-2 on the season, ERA right around 2.6, and then a .93 whip. There just aren't many weaknesses for Skubal, and I think he's going to have a really good outing against St. Louis. Allowed just 44 hits in 54 innings with 71 strikeouts. Gives up one walk and less than one home run per 9 innings as well. So that takes an element away from the Cardinals offense. For St. Louis, Eric Fetty's going to pitch. Season, he is 2-2 with a 4.76 ERA and a 2.7 opponent batting average on or at home this season. On the road, he has a 170, so he's really struggled at Busch Stadium as well. Another reason to lean towards the Tigers on the run line here. St. Louis has been good at home, and we saw that tonight, but Detroit's really handled business all season. They've been very good at bouncing back after losses as well. And then when it comes to the bullpen, they have the fourth best bullpen ERA in Major League Baseball. So I do think between Skubal and the bullpen and just enough from the offense against Eric Fetty, I do think they have a great chance to cover on the run line here. I'm taking another run line here. Dodgers on the run line. I know they're at home, and I really don't like taking run lines when a team's at home. But when you look at Yoshinobu Yamamoto on the mound for the Los Angeles Dodgers, I mean, he's an ace, and he's meant to shove, and I think we're going to see that here on Tuesday. He's 5-3 on the season with a 2.12 ERA and a .98 whip. Walks have been the issue at times for him, but if he commands the zone, he is as close to unhittable as you are going to get. He's thrown 51 innings and allowed just 34 hits with 5 home runs this season. Ryan Nelson's going to be on the mound for the Arizona Diamondbacks. ERA north of 5 here. He has walked 10 batters in 26.1 innings so far this season. Dodgers have scored nearly 30 more runs in Arizona, and they have the potential to put up a lot of crooked numbers here against Nelson. So I think with Yamamoto on the mound, it gives Los Angeles a great chance to limit Arizona's scoring and then rack up runs of their own to cover this number, even if they don't get their at-bats in the bottom of the 9th inning. I am going to play the over of 8 runs here, and the reason is Michael Lorenzen really struggled on the road. He has a .95 ERA at home with a 188 opponent batting average, but when he is the visitor, 1-4 with a 5.35 ERA and a 276 opponent batting average. If you do not like the full over of 8 runs, I would look to the Giants team total because I do think they're going to have a lot of success here off Lorenzen. And Hayden Birdsong, I like what he's been able to do. He should allow some runs in the spot. Only is going to go about 3 innings, and then it's going to go to a really good Giants bullpen here. But 2.31 ERA for him. There is some issues, though. 1.29 whip, 10 walks in 23.1 innings. So I think the Royals could sneak some runs off him early as well in this game. So when you look at the Giants and the Royals, they're both top 10 in bullpen ERA, which is a concern. But if the Giants have the offensive showing that I think they're capable of against Lorenzen, they are 8th in runs scored. So this one comes down, can the San Francisco Giants put up runs early in this game? If they do, I think they have a great chance to get it over the total. If they don't, it's going to be very tough with the bullpens in this game, but I just don't trust Lorenzen pitching on the road here. I like the Timberwolves plus 7.5 here against the Thunder. When you look at this game, it's going to show us what the difference between rest and rust is. Oklahoma City was taken to the brink of elimination by Denver. Now, there were times where this series looked like it was going to go in favor of the Nuggets, and other times when the Thunder played up to their capability, it was clear they were the better team. But I believe Denver had a really good chance in that series down the stretch. They just didn't show up in Game 7. So looking at that one, it gives me a little confidence heading into Game 1 of the Western Conference Finals that the Minnesota Timberwolves can hang around. They're coming off an easy series against the Warriors with extended rest. And at this point in the playoffs, I'm going to bank on rest, meaning more than coming out with that momentum that the Thunder should have in this game. 2 players to really watch for, one on each side. Jalen Williams is coming off an unbelievable game for the Thunder, scored 24 points on 58% from the field. He will be key in this series. And you look at what he did against Denver. If he played a little better at times, that series probably doesn't go 7 games. So I think he's a really big X factor in this one. On the flip side, you got Minnesota, very extremely physical team. Anthony Edwards gets the attention, but this series I think is going to come down to Julius Randle setting the tone between him and Gobert in the paint, and Minnesota's just effort all the way across the board. I do think it's going to take the Thunder a little time to adjust here, so I don't expect Jalen Williams to be as good as he was in Game 7 of the Denver series, and I expect a really strong effort from Minnesota. That's what they've shown throughout this entire postseason. These two teams have played really really close games so far this season. Minnesota was 3-1 when it came to covering 7.5. They pulled off 2 outright wins against OKC. So I just think 7.5 is a little too much for a team that is rested coming into the spot. If they don't bring that physicality, which we've seen at times in the playoffs for teams coming off rest, it could be an issue. But I will gladly take 7.5 with a guy like Anthony Edwards, knowing how tight they played OKC during the regular season.